mechanism of making decisions. How to choose your time. So 3 takeaways for you guys, if I may. Okay, I think my slides are feeling too important now. That's okay. Stop that, guys. Take 3 takeaways. Please write the 3 takeaways down. Nothing beats writing it down. Nothing beats tactile engagement. The photograph which you took was the last time you saw it. So nothing beats what you're writing down now. First thing, innovation is not about originality or product or technology. That's the first thing. It's not about originality, technology, or product. The second thing, discipline entrepreneurship is required. Disciplined entrepreneurship. I'm not a great fan of entrepreneurs who are oozing with ideas. It doesn't matter. In the world of Google, anybody can have an idea. The third point, as a manager, give broad guidelines. Micromanage your time and tolerate failure. Give broad guidelines, micromanage your time and tolerate failure. If you can't tolerate failure, success is not going to come to your way at all. Tolerate failure. Right, guys. So that's about it from my side. Thank you for your patience and being a lovely audience.
Thank you, Dr. Collins. Questions?
Yeah, if you have any questions, we'll be happy to take up, sir.
This recently a lot of Rafale deal is in the public domain. A lot of things talked about.
As a country, are we not able to make even a purchase properly? Where things are going wrong? What is your thought process on this Rafale deal?
Oh my God. That's out of syllabus. Sir, I can answer the broader social cultural question, nothing with the Rafale deal, if that is okay with you.
As a process, why are you not able to buy it? Why you are struggling to even make an agreement? Why you are not able to make a proper purchase agreements with the OEMs?
So I'm not too sure about that particular piece, honestly speaking, because that is a particularly sensitive topic also. But what the bigger question that I can respond to is that why Indians fail to innovate, though we have a great talent. Why the average Srinivas who lands on the shore of New Jersey becomes innovative all of a sudden? What transformed this guy in some 13,000 kilometers? So Srinivas doesn't become innovative at all when he goes to US. What happens is Srinivas gets liberated when he goes to US. Now let's talk about what drives innovation. 3 things that drive innovation. I'll start off with this culture of a country called Israel. Israel has a population which is the population of Koramangala, JP Nagar, Jayanagar, Panchagiri put together. That's it. Close to about 65 lakh is the population. Bangalore is trailing above 1 crore population. What makes Israel the most innovative country in the world? 3 things that make Israel the most innovative country in the world. And we can only imbibe that. The first is diversity. Are we cultivating diversity? And the most diverse city in the country that I see right now is Bangalore. There's no other city which is as diverse in its populace. Hyderabad is catching up soon. It's very, very diverse. So I have diversity of talent. The second thing is adversity. Diversity and adversity. What adversity do we have here? What's the problem that you're trying to solve here? Israel has an adversity, which is the vision statement of Israeli. Every Israeli, I'm reading a book called Mossad, which is on Israel. The Mossad is the secret services of the country, and they say that the purpose that every Israeli has is to provide a safe place for the Jews in the world. What's our purpose? We had a purpose of independence, we got it. Every time there is a galvanizing purpose that Indians have, we do wonderful stuff. But the moment the purpose is lost, we become very selfish. Our selfishness is epitomized in the traffic situation. Otherwise, you are quite collaborative right now. But the moment the traffic is hit, become quite selfish. Which means that if there is a galvanizing purpose, our diversities can get oriented towards that true north. The leader or the manager does that wonderfully well in the organization. So diversity, adversity. And the third thing is tolerance. There's a person by the name Richard Florida who did a very amazing work on, and he wrote a book called Creative Class. Creative class means that which are the most creative cities in the world. Creative towns, creative cities, creative states, and eventually the creative countries in the world. And he came up with a lot of interesting findings. Some of the cities in the US that popped up right at the top was Boston was one of them, and then you had the place where you have Hollywood located, and California. So people ask him that, how do you come up with this finding? What makes cities creative? And he gave the two measures of creativity. One was the gay population in the city. Second was the number of rock bands in the city. What does it tell you? If your neighbor staying next to you is a rock band player, and the guy sitting next to you is a gay, and you are okay with both of them being your neighbors, what does it tell you about you? I find this city an extremely tolerant city, for good and bad reasons both. So whenever I go to Delhi, I'm a North Indian guy, I'm looking forward to exit that place. Tolerance. And this is a city, and if this country can kind of adopt some of these learnings from this particular city, Bangalore is a very forgiving city. Very forgiving. Bombay is not. One slip on the local train, you are done. And that's why we don't have local trains. Bombay is not forgiving. This is very forgiving city. So I often very jokingly say, if you talk about the cultural phenomena, there are three things that stand out on culture when it comes to the most innovative countries in the world. The first is individualism. Individualistic behavior, which means that not selfish. Don't equate individualism with being selfish. It means that if I have an idea, I should be allowed to take that idea to its logical conclusion without convincing 20,000 other people in the bargain. The second thing is power distance. Our country has a very high power distance. Power distance means that if I can walk up to a person and call him by the first name, I can disagree with the person, even though he might be senior 2 levels to me. Thanks to the IT industry, we at least started doing the first thing right, calling each other by the first name. Otherwise, in manufacturing, it's not even present. In my dad's company, which is BARC, he still calls his supervisors as boss, sir. There's no culture of calling by first name. ISRO has a culture of calling people by first name, which DRDO doesn't have, because DRDO has people in uniform also, because they reported to the Department of Defense straight away. So power distance has to be low, individualism has to be high, and the third thing, which is very, very critical, is called uncertainty avoidance. Uncertainty avoidance, and for those who are interested in this research, you can look at this amazing work by this philosopher called Gerd Hofstede. Gerd, G-E-R-D-H-O-F-S-T-E-D, Gerd Hofstede, who was in IBM in the 1960s, and he did studies on cultures and innovation. How culture shapes creativity, and creativity shapes innovation in the company. That was the research all about. So, uncertainty avoidance means, are you okay with uncertainty? Or you're not okay with uncertainty? Germans, Japanese and Israelis make amazing engineers and amazing scientists because they avoid uncertainty. वो चलता है नहीं होगा. If this kind of deck is shaking right now, nobody would mind tucking a small paper on that. Until this deck never shakes again, nobody will remember that paper. But if this was in Israel, the moment I step down, this would be repaired. Now we can laugh it out, but this tells something very fundamental about our temperament. We are not proactive in solving problems. We are told what is to be done, and we are good troubleshooters. Or as somebody says that we are very good time tellers. IT industry in particular. We are very good time tellers, but we are not very good clock makers. The moment you look at the other side of the time, you see the intricacies of the clock. We have to learn that, not this. समय तो कोई भी बता देगा. Don't tell time, which is to say that IT industry thrives when a problem is tossed to them. There is a problem. Solve it cheaper, better, faster. Now we are in the phase when the customer doesn't know what the problem is. She says that tell me my problem, it'll improve me, and whatever I save, I'll give some out of it. The whole deal construct has gotten changed. And now we have to come up with the skill of defining the problem and not solving the problem. So I think we lack there on 3 dimensions. Scarcity, which is, diversity, scarcity, and tolerating failure. The 3 things that we need to learn. And if we can do that in Bangalore, to begin with at Spin, in our little microcosms, we can be the role model for the rest of the country, is what I strongly believe. That's about it. That's my response. Rafael, I'm aware.
Are there any other questions?
Gentleman has a question, I suppose. Sir, you can yell out, you can shout out, sir. Please, feel free.
At one point you spoke about finding a purpose for the organization to create a culture of innovation.
Yes.
But at the same time, I wanted to know how to align a purpose of an individual so that an organization's purpose is also aligned with the individual's purpose. Because at the end, a company is made by the people, and if each people's individual purpose is aligned with the company's purpose, right, that's where we can do something, right? So my question is how to align or bring the infuse the purpose of an organization to its people.
So let me tell you, let me take you to this place called Madurai. I was in Madurai 2 months back, and Madurai I had one day with me. And I had a very tough choice to make there. Whether should I go to the Meenakshi temple or should I go to this very amazing hospital called Aravind Eye Hospital. So my friend said, no, go to Meenakshi temple. It's an amazing place. So I jostled through this place and I reached to the main door of Meenakshi temple. And I saw a board there on the Meenakshi temple. I read the board and I just turned back. And I went to Aravind Eye Hospital. I'll tell you about what I read on the Meenakshi temple board at a later point in time. But let us come to the brass tacks, which is the Aravind Eye Hospital. And entered into this Aravind Eye Hospital, built in 1977 by this amazing doctor.